Hey everyone, welcome to the Smoke Pit. We are about a third of the way through the season, and we have a very special guest today. Would you introduce yourself? I don't know if people know you.
My name is Mike Cincy, and I've been doing this show since the beginning, but a lot of you forgot about me, so now I'm back to steal all your girlfriends. How you doing?
Motherfucking back, Mike Cincy.
That's right.
You talk about guns. What you think? We sold them all?
Always good rap references with you.
Yeah, I feel like I whiffed it on that one, but
You
I
did,
appreciate
but I mean,
the support.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm the best co-host ever. I laugh at your jokes. I support your rap memes, or old lyrics, really, more than memes. Well, both, really, yeah.
And I think it's really more just the spirit of the murder rather than precise rap lyrics.
That's right, that's right.
So today, in the spirit of Mike Cincy's return, we are going to talk about the one thing that is most commonly associated with him. Can you guess what that is?
You want me to guess what it is?
Yeah, can you guess what it is?
I'd assume it's my solid work ethic towards our United States. I have not finished. Not finished. I don't know what's so funny.
Oh, he's adorable.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'd like to say is save the whales or whatever. I don't know, man. We're going to talk about cream pies. Okay? Oh, shit. Damn it.
I briefed you in this before the episode started.
And much like Mike Cincy fashion, I forgot immediately or just nodded my head while you were briefing me, as I'm one to do.
It's just thinking about being drunk.
It's the best.
So we, one of the most unique things about being in the military is bringing your eclectic group of friends back home.
Yes.
So you meet people from all walks of life, from San Francisco to Miami, from New York City to LA. I feel like that's also...
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. What are you referencing?
The fact that, four corners of the country.
That's fair enough, yeah.
And then we all congregate in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
That's right.
Or wherever the fuck you're stationed.
Get breast cancer from the water.
Yeah. And so I remember a group of us, we went to Chardon, Ohio.
Did you say Chardon?
Yeah, Chardon.
Like sharded in my pants?
C-H-A-R racism O-D-O-N.
Oh, that sounds about right. Okay,
yeah.
Oh, Chardon.
Chardon, yeah.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Sharkton.
Yeah, right. Not to be confused with Sharknado.
Yeah, and so for those of you listening, this is the kid who who got shot in the leg, and then we kicked his bullet wound and stole his cigarettes.
Took his cigarettes, yeah.
Yeah, again,
he would be from Chardon.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Absolutely.
And so he just like, hey, yo, man, we about to go back home, see my family and them. I was like, bro, you're from South Canada. Like, let's take about 10% off the top.
Yeah.
And then we get there, and he had this other dude who was super country from, what was it, Clinton, South Carolina.
Okay, that's a normal name.
Yeah, that's how South Carolina was if they named it after Clinton.
They named it after Clinton?
I'm assuming,
I mean, he's from Arkansas, but...
Yeah, but I mean, just respect,
Like,
Dude
loves blowjobs.
We like getting hit from chubby girls,
we
too.
We like getting our dick sucked.
Especially when our bitch wife's in the other room. You got Al-Qaeda doing shit. I don't know what's going on. I ain't pay attention. And so
we've lost control.
And so we're up there, and the kid from South Carolina has never seen Amish people in the flesh before.
Okay.
And dating myself a little bit, this is before cell phones were widely popular.
When rotary phones were all the rage.
Yeah, like I had a Motorola Razr.
That was the OG. Absolutely.
So you couldn't even text send nudes, but if you did, you'd have to press like the 7 button like 4 times just to get the S.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember the first time I ever got text messages was after my deployment in 2007. I'm sitting on the cab, unbeknownst to me, about to meet my hooer ex-wife.
Right.
On the way to Camp Lejeune Mall, because that's where you should find a nice woman to marry.
That's where all the ex-wives are. That's right.
At the mall, outside of the base.
Roaming. Yeah, them and the Jacksonville Ninja just walking around.
And so we're sitting in the back of the cab, and my phone buzzes, and I look down at it, and it says "Sup."
Ooh.
And I was like, what the fuck kind of hacker shit is this?
That's the first text you ever got?
Yeah. And
nice.
I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it's like the movies. Like, the Russians are in my phone.
Right.
Like, the government saw, like, how many bodies I slayed on deployment, and they want me to be part of some secret club.
That is how it works, yes.
Yeah. And
they say sup.
Sup. Because, like, in small elite groups, you got to have... You got to have that rapport, that relationship,
Oh, sure, yeah.
This guy might be a tick faster or a tick better shot, but if this guy melds with the group better, like, if his personality is more compatible, that's more important.
Can confirm.
Yeah, and so I'm being recruited by the Russians.
Obviously, as all good stories start.
Yeah, because they're like, you did such a good job for them. We want you to come slay bodies for us, comrade.
That's right.
And horrible Russian
Yeah,
accent.
I was gonna let it go, but it wasn't bad.
You should never let that go. Hold me to a higher standard. See, I think that's one of the things that is kind of lacking in this podcast is that I call bullshit whenever bullshit is arise.
I will call bullshit. I won't shit on my
I'm
friend's
rarely
dreams.
wrong, though.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so see, that's bullshit.
No, if you see my dating history, I am wrong quite
You're wrong
often.
constantly.
Yeah.
You're not batting 1,000, my friend.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't play baseball. EP, what's like a good batting score?
Like a 2-something.
Two
Do something. Is that right?
An average, like an average. Yeah.
So if you're batting like 300, that's like that's pretty good. Like you're worth like the $4 million a year they're paying you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so batting 1,000 would be like fucking
That's
insane.
That's like 100%. Yeah.
That'd be like it's like fucking Casey at bat,
Yeah, that's right.
Except for that one 9.9. But anyway, so we
Sorry, no,
we're
right,
back,
no, yeah.
we're back in the taxi, and I get this text message, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I've never seen this. Like who is in my phone? Like what is going on?
Right.
And the fucking kid that's sitting next to me just has this shit-eating grin on his face. I'm like, what's so funny? He's like, "Did you get the text I sent you?" I'm like, what is a text?
He's like grabbing my shirt, like, what is going on?
What is this?
Who do you work for?
Get off my plane.
That's right. Oh God, what a good movie.
Yeah, and I throw him out the taxi. I'm like, get back in. I can't afford to pay for the
Exactly,
taxi.
yeah.
The $40 taxi ride to the
Nah, you're fine.
to the mall by
Exactly.
myself.
Going to shooters.
And yeah, so we that was the first time I ever got a text message.
Nice.
And it was just kind of just crazy to think like how far technology has advanced since then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So back to the original story.
Okay, yeah.
He has a disposable camera.
Okay.
And he wants to take a picture of this Amish person.
Okay.
And the kid from Ohio runs up and he's like, no, smacks the camera out of his hand.
Right.
He's like, dang, man, why'd you do that? Why hurt me so bad? And he's like, nah, dude, like if you take pictures of Amish people, like they'll fight you because they think you're stealing their soul. And apparently, at least the people of Amish that were in that area,
Right.
they were suspicious about that. And so it's like learn something new every day.
Well, the Amish, growing up in the Midwest as well. I'm not from Sharks, my Pantsville or whatever, but there's a big Amish population in Indiana as well. And I think they believe like cameras will steal your soul. I don't think they're gonna fight you on sight, but if they do, they will fuck you up because the Amish are deceptively strong people.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He
Yeah.
was like, I think he was like 18. He was just about to leave for the Marine Corps, and he had a girlfriend. And some like 15-year-old Amish kid came up and like basically just stole his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you can't do that, and the Amish kid just like punched him in the nose.
He's
as hard
like,
as he
oh
could.
ye, and he uppercutted him.
Like right over the barn. And he went and raised the barn.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we're going through the city, and like he points at a tree, and he's like, "That's the first tree we ever hung." I was like, "Stop!"
No, right? Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Hung a tire swing, you racist.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was interesting. We went to a bonfire, and this is where the shit gets interesting.
Yeah.
So we go to a field, and they're like, okay. I'm like, okay, so like, we're going to start the fire pit. And he's like, no, this is what we're going to do. And so they take a chain, and they wrap it around a tree and hook it to the back of some, like, small dick special 350 dually,
Okay.
And they just pull the tree down. Then they douse, like, 10 gallons of gas on it, just set it on fire.
Wow, okay, wow.
And they're like, yeah, that's just what we do. Like, we'll just pull a tree down and just set it on fire.
It's Tuesday. Let's go eat noodles or whatever they do.
And then this girl showed up who was the little sister of the guy who was throwing the party, and she was like 18 or 19. She's about my age, and her and I hit it off, and we're having a good time. And she's like, "Hey, we're gonna go mudding." It's like, "All right, cool. Like I've always heard about mudding. I've never been."
Yep.
It's not exactly a lot of bogs in Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of country areas.
There's enough mud in Florida.
But you have to be able to afford a vehicle, and that wasn't exactly my upbringing.
Just ride your alligator or whatever.
But you don't get drift with that, Like they're very stable with their claws,
You had very cheap alligators growing up.
And so, like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right, so where's the truck? And they're like, no, we're going to do it in the van. And there's like a minivan. No shit.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
So we get in the minivan, and as I expected, because I'm not a fucking idiot, 3 minutes into it, the van is stuck.
Ugh, damn it.
And so we're carrying her back. And
Classic Sharksville.
Yeah, yeah. And I have her on my like giving her a piggyback ride.
Nice.
And we get back to the bonfire, and we're like maybe 30 or 40 feet out from where the circle is. And I hear my buddy screaming and hollering and stuff. I was just like, hey, like I gotta go take care of that. She's like, yeah, just put me down. So I set her down gently, and I take off in a full sprint. I get there, and the kid who we were visiting was just like going ape shit, and he is hammered fucking drunk, and he's got a K-bar out, and he's like brandishing it at everybody. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay.
And apparently someone had disrespected him in some way.
Right.
Like, I don't know, he said that, and his choice of country music wasn't good or something. I don't know. So
If
whatever.
anyone's gonna fuck my sister.
Your tractor is only a 6-cylinder
That's it.
or whatever insult, you know.
Take shirt off slowly.
So like letter Kenny
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
unbutton his sleeves.
Once both buttons are done, it's over.
Your tractor was made in Japan.
You
and
take that back, Cletus.
and so he had fucking ninja kicked some kid in the face who was sitting on a log.
Oh, okay.
And he was in his Marine Corps camis, mind you.
Oh, Jesus
Like
Christ.
he was one of those kids that wore the camis
Oh, my
home.
God.
And he just boots this kid right in the fucking face. And he goes flying back, and everybody's like, hey, why'd you hurting so bad? And he was just like, fuck y'all. And he had the K-bar strapped to the outside of his camis.
Jesus Christ.
From his ankle, pulls it off, and now he's like, get back.
Yeah, right, yeah. Classic map, yeah.
Yeah, classic. And so now I grab this other kid, and I'm like, hey, look, like, we got to get going.
Right.
Because everybody went back to their trucks to grab their shotguns.
Right, yeah.
And we got to get out of here. So we ran to whatever, I think we were in like a snot green Ford Taurus, like that was like in 1998.
Okay.
Which is the South Carolina kid. That's what his vehicle was. Like, because Lincoln Ford is an E2.
It's fair. It's fair.
And we hop in a snot green Taurus, and we get out of there.
God. So, did anyone ever explain why he decided to kick the guy in the face?
Yeah, because he was like, man, he said something about what I was like, dude, like, you kick some guy in the face because he, like, verbally
because of
disrespect.
words?
Yeah.
Okay, check. Okay.
Yeah, you know, like when you're 19, like it makes sense.
I guess, but I'm no longer 19. Being a 44-year-old, I cannot compare.
And
yeah,
for
no,
the prospective ladies out there, he's kidding. He's still in his late 20s.
that's thanks, man.
Unless you have a daddy kink, then yes, he is 48.
I was gonna say early 40s, but whatever, it's fine.
You were very dehydrated today, my friend.
I'm super dehydrated. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so there's something, especially in the military, like from the day you join, whatever branch you join, it's just that sense of pride and aggression you get pushed through in boot camp. No, it's Marine Corps, Army, Navy, whatever it is. And then the first time you drink, you're just angry about everything.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine a young Marine with a fucking K-bar taped around his leg back in, shit my pants, Ohio. I'm just getting upset over words.
Yeah, and you have all this aggression. You have this like chip on your shoulder. Like, you go back home and kids are complaining about having to wake up before 0 dark 30.
Yeah.
And everything is just like a pissing contest, They're like, oh, I had to work 8 hours today. You're like, yeah, well, I have to work 19 hours.
That's right. Yeah.
And by work, you mean sitting in your barracks room.
I worked for 44 hours today.
Yeah, playing Call of Duty.
Right.
Or what was it at the time? It was the First to Fight Xbox game.
Really?
Yeah. That was popular when I first came in.
Oh,
like,
wow.
you'd stack on a room and like choose cross or button hook.
Yeah.
And one of them was Lance Corporal Sharp, one of the characters.
Was it really?
Yeah. Because like I remember being at
Fight.
PFC, and one of my senior guys was like, "Yeah, don't get a fucking big head about that shit, because you're gonna die in Iraq and you'll never be a Lance Corporal."
Joke's on him.
Almost did.
Yeah. Well,
and then I got NJP'd, so I got fucking I got my rank pushed back 5 months, because then I got meritoriously promoted.
Well, there you go.
I got
the old happy ending.
So for those who aren't Marines,
Right. Yeah.
you get non-judicial punishments like an Article 15 or a Captain's Mass, and non-rec means non-recommended for promotion. Meritorious means you get promoted before you're supposed to. It's like a hand selection by your commanding officer.
Right.
And you have proficiency and conduct marks that are based out of 5 points in each category. And 4.0 is kind of like an average Marine. Like, it's supposed to be like, he does his job, he's not really great, but he doesn't really suck. Like,
Right.
baseline.
Yeah.
I got 4.4, 3.9.
Okay.
So my proficiency was a 4.4, which is really high for a PFC.
Yeah, especially for a grunt. Yeah.
Yeah, and because you're not exactly doing a lot except, slaying the bodies,
Right.
which is pretty simple to do.
It is.
As
yeah.
Rambo says, once you've done it enough, killing as easy as breathing.
Jesus Christ. I'm so excited for that last one.
The VA is going to be the one who finally kills
Exactly.
him.
That's
I
right.
commented that on the official fucking Rambo thing, and it got
The
all
trailer.
these likes
yeah.
and
Good,
comments.
Yeah. Solid comment. Yeah.
Yeah, and then 3.9, my conduct, it had to be a tick below average because I got in trouble. Like,
Right.
Legally, you're not able to have higher than 3.9 if you get NJP'd.
Okay.
And then I get meritoriously promoted a month ahead of time, and they made me a team leader when I got back.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, because I kind of fucked up in the beginning of the deployment, but then I came back with
That's right.
with a vengeance.
They had you in the first half. Not gonna lie.
They really did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you get back and you have all your friends, and you go through all these different changes in life. People start getting married, people start having kids, and PCSing, going your separate ways, and then linking back up with each other and kind of seeing like how the fuck life turned out.
Yeah.
Like 10 years later, this kid who was all fucking pith and vinegar and shit hot, now he's got a beer gut, he's balding, his wife left him,
Yeah.
and he's just like, man, if I could only just be back in Iraq.
Right. Exactly. Things made sense out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at a training command, and I took a buddy of mine up to Philly to see some family, and we got way too fucking drunk.
Obviously.
And
Philly's nice though.
well, we were riding back in my dad's truck, and he like hangs his head out the window like a dog. He's like, "Oh, the air feels good." I was like, "Here it comes."
Yeah.
And he gave him a racing stripe down the side of the car.
As is tradition.
Yeah, like we were in Philly, so we went to Geno's and got a Philly cheesesteak.
Of course.
And everybody was buying us beers because we were wearing our windbreakers.
Oh yeah.
Because we were doing a fundraiser for a veteran charity
There you go.
to help injured troops and stuff, and we raised a lot of money. And the chief of the fire chief in the city that we're in, was like buying us shots, and like everybody
Nice.
else was.
Nice.
And then we go into downtown Philly, and everybody's fucking buying us drinks, buying us cheesesteaks.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm dual fisting beers and cheesesteaks. Like this is the true Philly experience, my friend.
That's right.
And then we went to where Tun Tavern was, the birthplace of the Marine Corps.
First gay bar.
Yeah, and now it's just a highway because it burnt down on account of all the gay sex.
That's right. It got a little too flaming in there.
Yeah, and it burnt down. Now there's a highway, but there's a little plaque that said here stood Tun Tavern, traditional birthplace of the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get back home, and he's still hammered fucking drunk, and he starts puking in the sink like an idiot, like EP Mike did when the She podcasts were here.
Oh yeah. Did you have
Yeah.
in the sink?
Yeah, he rolfed
Oh.
all over the sink.
Did he?
Because there's a toilet right there.
I was just about to say. I thought you meant to the toilets.
No, not at all.
Oh.
And
What are you doing in the sink, man?
yeah, I don't know, why do people puke in the sink when there's a perfectly good toilet right there? But at least he made it to the sink, unlike his brother who just got out of the Marine Corps, puked all over the floor.
What?
Yeah, EP
When was
Mike's
this?
brother just got out of the Marine Corps.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met him. Yeah. Super nice guy.
What was this? After the beer pong tournament that we threw?
No, it was the day before.
Okay, so the day before,
Oh, okay.
EP Mike's brother just got out of the Marine Corps,
Yep.
and he got super drunk, and they had to carry him home, and he threw up all over the floor. So my buddy throws up in the sink and like clogs the fuck out of it because it's like an old colonial home.
Right.
Then he goes out onto the patio to like get some like air, but it's really fucking cold because it's in the north, it's in the wintertime, and he accidentally locks himself out, and all he's wearing is a t-shirt and jeans.
Of course.
So he curls up on the bench and just shivers his ass off all fucking night.
That's the true Philly experience.
And so it's just like, and then I had to clean the sink, I had to clean the bathroom, I had to wash the dad's truck,
Yeah.
like I had to like make up for this fucking idiot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like when you bring somebody, like you're responsible for them.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, so we threw that beer pong and cornhole tournament the other day.
Yeah. What was your official review on the whole thing? I was very drunk, so I had just landed in the greatest country of all time, United States of America,
Yep.
hours before that even kicked off. So.
Hours.
Yeah.
And he made his way through a selection of women and,
Jesus Christ.
and got to the bar.
Yeah, that's right. To find my way through. So, a random side note that nobody who's listening cares about, but I'm going to talk anyway. Fucking, my buddy Ryan that came through the Marine.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you met him. So he was texting me. He came down from Delaware, and he was like, "Oh, I can't find parking." He's like, "I'm here, but I can't." I'm like, "I get it. I just watched Dan drive around for 4 hours looking for parking. Like, it's fine." And so he finally, by the time he gets in, I didn't think about it. He's like kind of sweaty. It was hot outside, so we're drinking stuff. And so the next day, I took him to find his car. This dude, you know where I live in, relation to Oceanfront, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not super far, but not super close. And this dude parked 10 minutes away from that, and he walked all the way to Oceanfront.
Wow.
Like 11 miles. And I was like, what? He's like, well, I didn't want to get towed, so I just park in like this fucking housing complex in some random driveway. And he's like, then I GPS where the highway was, and I just walked along the highway. So I say to say this: these conditioning hikes you do in the Marine Corps, they will help you out eventually. Because he's like, I just turned off my brain and I just walked all the way to the fucking bar.
Yeah, I can attest to that because now that I'm a little older and I've been out for a few years, like the mall is like maybe like 2 miles away from where we live, and
Probably
I took a fucking
even,
Uber there to see Spider-Man.
Was it good? Haven't seen it.
It was really good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what was better though?
What's that?
The sweet taste of victory that you and I experienced in the cornhole tournament.
Goddamn right. Midwest is best. Indiana raised.
Yeah,
Cornhole's my shit.
Championship round, we won 21 to 5.
Yeah, we crushed them.
21 to 5.
Now the beer pong championship, a little lopsided, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, the final round, we got a bit handed to us, but I made my way through the ranks and placed second.
Right, yeah.
But I think the embarrassing thing is that the kids who beat us are very nice.
Super nice, yeah.
Yeah, a little bro-ish, but hey, that's cool. Like I can
Shout
be
out
that
to
way
those
too.
guys. I forget their names. We took a picture with them.
Yeah, if you're not following our Instagram, make sure to check that out. You got the Smoke Pit Podcast Instagram, Pop Smoke Official, M Sensi, and Steadbro America. And so they posted the winning shot on their story, and then tagged me and Sensi. And it was I just said that to people, and I was like, my shame.
Yeah, my shame. Yeah.
Because like right before it, they were just like, check your ego. All right, check the ego, and then it was like swish.
It was you could tell they trained in many frat houses. Yeah.
And they fucking handed us our butts.
They did. They were good.
But it was a good time. We had a really good turnout.
Yeah. It was fun.
Sensi got he actually won the patriotic costume contest
because Crocs with socks.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
And he walked away with an autographed Ric Flair jersey.
Fuck yes, I did.
Compliments of Burbiz.
Hell yeah.
Which will be coming up August 10th. 14th. Okay. Yeah, October 10th is the one we're doing here in Norfolk, locally.
No, this is news. We had a date.
Yeah.
I knew you were putting one together. I don't know the actual
Yeah, we're
date
probably going
yet.
to do it at the convention center.
Okay.
So it's, military transition seminar, resources. We do these all over the country. And, we have anywhere from a couple hundred to, 1,500, the last one show up. And, it's completely free. Open fucking bar. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, a bunch of vets in the open bar. No one gets drunk, don't worry. Not one person.
And, some of our sponsors are going to be there, like Combat Comb Over with the hair products and the pomade and the beard oil. Use our discount code Cream Pie to save monies.
Monies, all the monies. Not all the monies.
But enough monies.
A significant chunk of the monies.
Yeah, and, after a few orders, the monies you save, you can buy another one.
There you go.
Yeah, and also Strike Force Energy will be there. Use our discount code Smoke Pit.
That's right.
To save monies.
Monies, yes, for sure. Not all the
doll
monies.
hairs.
Yeah, a few doll hairs, not all of them. Not a full doll's worth.
Some, if not most.
I would not most. It's not that big of a discount.
Yeah, we just get like a small cut of. I honestly don't even think we've cashed the check yet. I get an email from like PayPal, like, hey, you got to claim your money, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah, you're like, whatever, just roll over.
Back to depression.
That's right. Yeah, I'll deal with this when I'm happy.
Yeah, and then also Victor Alpha Clothing.
Yes.
Check out victoralphaclothing.com. Fantastic organization with some really cool shirts. Sometimes I help design them. So it's just a picture of EP Mike's face with like a dick on it.
Mostly turtleneck.
Bestseller.
Mostly turtleneck sweaters with EP's face on it.
Yeah, bestseller.
Sold out almost immediately.
Yeah.
To his mother.
Because the turtleneck is indicative of his massive uncircumcised dong.
That's correct. Now, if you want to wear a chain with it, I'd recommend it, but you don't have to.
It's kind of like, what's that thing called where you like wrap the chain around the balls for like heightened sexual pleasure?
I don't know.
How do you not know?
Because... was that?
No, it's not called BDSM. All right, that's over. I'm thinking about the thing
EP's
specifically.
EP's just yelling out shit, shit that he can't Google right now.
And no, because he's got a watch on his phone from the FBI.
That's
right?
right.
He starts going down the wrong rabbit hole. We're getting raided.
That's right.
Yeah, so we make sure you come check us out there. And
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, the tournament went really fucking good. But
that was a good time. Yeah.
You got any other fucking stories about bringing people home or going to meet people's families?
I mean, not as well told as that, but it is weird. There's a dynamic when you bring military personnel, because I mean, you've been sleeping in holes with these guys, showering with them, doing other gay stuff. I'm talking mainly Navy, but we so you become super close and super awkward and have all these inside jokes, and you bring them back home. Like my family, like good old family from the Midwest, and my buddy's just yelling about like kill and butthole and just like crazy stuff. I'm like, hey, could you not yell that? Or my mother, you know what I mean? He's just like, come on, it's our joke. I'm like, I get it, but like, correct yourself.
Wow.
But, yeah.
The delivery on that was so weak.
I know. Well, I'm not stealing it.
I mean, I steal your catchphrase all the time.
I do what?
Yeah, I steal your catchphrase all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, like whenever I have a girl over, I'm like, I didn't pull out, and I jump out the window. I hit a barrel roll on the ground.
I say it a lot. It's not catchphrase.
That's what a catchphrase is.
My catchphrase is
Ay caramba.
Yeah, I guess, right.
She's like, did you pull out? You're like, ay
I
caramba.
say, eat my shorts. Because as a timeless classic.
Zoinks. So if you would like, I think we should start a poll to figure out what the next like catchphrase you to say the next time you don't pull out.
Okay.
And so I get the viewers to choose.
Yeah. So did I tell you? I forget this listener's name. I don't want to pull my Instagram right now. You know who you are, bro. But did I show you the screen? I think I sent it to you, like the boys' chat, where it was like, "I'm such a fan of yours. I cream pied my ex or whatever." Did I show you that?
Yeah. Oh my god.
That was not. That's totally real, and that made me so happy.
So this kid was just like, I was so inspired by Mike's reckless cream pie.
Yeah, which again is just jokes, people. Jokes. Stop cream pieing people. It's insanity.
So he didn't pull out with his ex, and now they've got a little bundle of joy.
This kid joined. He's in dep right now for the military. He got his ex pregnant, and he was like, "This is an ode to you," and it was like it was a picture of the child.
Did they name like at least the middle name?
I don't know.
Michael?
I don't know.
You need to message him.
I don't know. You know what? I'll follow up. I don't want to say his name, but
yeah, of course
he's an avid listener. Yeah, he's a good dude. Good dude.
Because if he's in MEPS, he may not even be 18.
That's right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the whole story.
The smoke pit changing lives.
Literally creating lives.
There's at least 3
what
lives.
other podcast makes babies happen? I defy you to name one.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. I don't know the words, but my cream pies like a motherfucker.
Every night.
We've been getting some awesome messages lately.
Do what?
We've been getting some awesome messages lately.
Oh, yeah.
One guy was like, you got to start making AJ memes like you do with everybody else.
Well, be that as it may. Come on, AJ. You're better.
Yeah, because he, now that he's been on the show, and I know he's going to wrinkle his nose to this.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Because he's above the law.
That's right. That's right.
But if
untouchable.
If you're on the show, you're going to get made fun of.
100%, yeah.
And
it's Howard Stern rules around here. You want to be part of this?
Yeah, and so I got this meme here. You ever seen the one where it's like the pigeon, and it's like, or like I think maybe I don't know, is it a robin or
some kind of songbird? Yes.
Yeah, and it gets like very rudely interrupted by the crow.
Yes.
And so this kid sends a meme. It's like me, basically, I guess I would say tonight's sponsors are Combat Combo. And like before I could finish saying Combat Combo over, it's like, be that as it may, I shot a guy 36 times in the head and then choked out a fat chick. Well, anywho, here we go. I just want to say that be that as it may, the Navy is gay.
I love it.
And then in asterisk, spits beer on Mike.
I love it.
And like the little songbird has just like an angry face. And the crow is clueless.
That is a solid meme.
And see, I haven't told him about this yet because I wanted him to hear about it on the show.
You didn't send it to the group chat? I thought you did. That's funny. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, AJ.
And then also, so that inspired me to make more memes. So this one is now Sensi is a songbird.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, so random night, me and Ivor were, and then like me interrupting.
Yeah.
Was this before or after you cream pied a fat chick? If you or a loved one have been affected by Mike's reckless cream pies, you may be entitled to significant financial compensation.
Jesus Christ.
Visit MikeCreamPiedMe.org.
We need to buy that domain name right now.
Right now, EP get on it.
Get on it. Actually, make it .gov.
.gov.
So it's CAC enabled.
We really want to make this CAC enabled.
Yeah, well, most things in my life are, so why not the website we just made up?
Yep. Now I've had a good laugh back to the suffering.
Oh, we're back at it.
So do you have any other stories of drunk friends back home or family?
Not really. Just everybody just calm down. You know what I mean? Calm the fuck down.
It wasn't really specific to like family, but like, you know, sometimes you go on either like training ops or deployments or whatever the case is, and you get like a little bit of like Port Liberty or
Right.
Or if you get sent somewhere, you get to go out in town.
Sure.
This kid was telling me about he was with the Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team, FAST companies, and they're in Bahrain, and he was like, yeah, we went and got hammered fucking drunk.
As you do.
Yeah, and rented jet skis, which, of course, you know.
As you also do.
High-powered water equipment and alcohol, they go great together.
They're amphibious.
Yeah. And so they get hammered drunk, and for whatever reason, it was 2 Marines and a corpsman, so 2 Marines and their Navy medical personnel was attached to them.
Doc.
Yeah, Doc. And so 2 of the Marines collide on the jet skis, and one is like kind of damaged, but the other one's like the fuck damaged.
Oh, damn.
And it broke the one of the kids' legs. Like,
Okay.
I think it was
Jesus.
whatever the shin bone is. What's that called? Like tibia, fibia,
I'm not a doc.
radial,
I'm not a doc.
boner bone.
The old boner bones, right?
Yeah, so he
Yep.
broke the boner bones.
That's right.
And they're like, fuck.
Fuck, it's boner bone.
And so they get back to the water, and the Bahrainian dude is pissed, understandably.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you wrecked the bike.
Wow. Really crushing the accents today.
Just reminds me of the like a stupid.
Like a stupid.
With Italian Mike.
Classic.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember Tekashi 6ix9ine, but he like his catchphrase was like a stupid.
Yeah.
And so co-host and I were saying that a lot, and EP chimes in, and he's like it is stupid.
Yeah.
And we're like, do you know who we're talking about?
So now anytime EP chimes in unwarranted, we just go like a stupid.
Like it is stupid. And we do the Italian hands.
That's right, yeah.
And so he's pissed, and they have to like drain out their bank accounts, all the deployment money that they've made so far. And they had to pay this guy off to pay for the damages, and he was like basically like, all right, now get the hell out of here.
Right.
But our friend, like, I don't give a care, like,
Yeah.
get the hell out of here. And so they limp off, and they get back to the barracks, and they're like, well, how are we gonna fucking explain this? We can't very well say that, you know, we were drunk riding jet skis,
Right, exactly.
and we fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
So they have the guy in the middle has his arms over the shoulders, like one over the dock and one over the other Marine. And so the other Marine kind of like goes forward to like unlock like the barracks door, you know. And so they stop, and they're kind of at the top of the stairs on the second deck, and the doc just kind of pauses, and they're like, what? And he throws the fucker down the stairs.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The kid with the broken leg.
Right.
And so he's like, and he starts screaming fucking bloody murder because, you know, he just got thrown down the stairs and he already had a broken leg.
Right.
And so, you know, the barracks windows and walls are, you know, it's kind of like a motel versus a hotel.
Yeah.
Kind of style of
Yeah.
barracks. So everybody comes outside because they hear somebody screaming.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, action, you know? And the doc was like, oh no, like Smith fell down the stairs.
Aggressive mess.
Like any subsequent medical conditions must clearly be a result of this fall he just took.
Gravity. Wow.
If he'd only had a glow belt on.
That's right. That's right.
And
wow.
so they completely got away with it.
That's
and like
fantastic.
afterwards, he's like, bro, like, why'd you have to throw me down the stairs? Like,
Yeah.
couldn't you just like laid me there? And he's like, couldn't take that risk, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, your acting's not good enough.
Like, it's really selfish of you to say that because if we get busted, then nobody gets to go ride jet skis.
Exactly. That's
So
right.
it's really
yeah.
selfish of
That's
you
right.
not to want to get thrown down the
Yeah,
stairs.
I hate him. I hope his boner never fixes.
And then, of course, they had to have a fucking safety stand down
Of course.
about walking the
Stairs.
stairs.
Right, of course, yeah. Don't lunge or whatever.
Yeah, hold the handrails.
Right.
Don't be drunk going upstairs.
Jesus. I hate safety stand down.
They're so fucking pointless.
They are absolutely pointless, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have a rant about it. I'm just talking.
absolutely fucking pointless. So, my co-host decides what he wants to close the episode out with
Ooh.
because he's been gone for so long. EP, how long we been going?
33 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
So you got about 15 minutes of dialogue to fill. Go.
Oh, just go? Okay. You know what really grinds my gears?
What's that?
Not much. I'm a pretty chill person. And scene.
And scene.
Yeah.
So if those of you are watching our YouTube exclusives, our YouTube videos are usually a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because we try to go through and make sure that the podcast that we're presenting is the best that we can.
True.
So if like, I don't know, like I fart really loud or EP deletes audio, like we just, you know, we try to make it a good package. So
Right.
the YouTube videos has a little bit of behind the scenes, like sometimes before we start, sometimes after we're done recording.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can watch it on there, we have a 6-pack of Kiowa American IPA from Young Veterans Brewing Company. Super cool. It's got a badass little helicopter on it.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what kind of helicopter that is.
Yeah, I don't want to misprint, but I also don't think they made it to scale of what like an accurate American helicopter would be.
And whatever that ball is on top.
That's what I'm talking. I'm mainly discussing the ball.
Yeah.
It's like the Iron Giant's head. Yeah. Is it though?
Is it a camera?
Is it a camera?
Really?
What kind of
It was
camera?
just filled with like emergency hookers in case of a crash.
I'd imagine it's full of nerds. The candy, not Stedman's.
And so it kind of looks like a little bird, but it's super cool art.
Yeah.
Young Veteran Brewing Company. That's where we threw our Halloween party, the Christmas party, the beer pong and cornhole tournament. It was a place called the Bunker. You can catch us there often. They brew their own beer, and I think my favorite beer there is the Private Plum. It's very sour.
My favorite's the K-Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I like the sour beer because it just kind of like reminds me what it's like to feel.
Right.
You know, the sour hits you, and you're like,
Sure.
yes,
Yeah.
bitter life.
This is how my face always looks. Yes. That's
So
fair.
check us out on YouTube as well,
Yeah.
and make sure you follow our social media.
All the plugs.
And so, what do you want to leave our fans with since you've been gone so long?
I have been gone,
Like,
but I will say while I've been gone, you guys have been great about like just keeping me up to date with what's going on with the show because you guys are so enveloped in this, and I'm so disillusioned, and I just honestly I just don't pay attention to shit. And so no, it's cool. Fans have been keeping me updated, you know, saying they miss me and stuff, and I miss you guys too. Please stop sending me memes that Dan makes. I see them.
Oftentimes, you're sitting next
all
to me.
the fucking time, right? I usually check the spelling. Like I see them. If it says Pop Smoke, please stop sending me them.
Because I've had a few people recently sending me Stedbro memes.
Yeah, Step
Yeah.
He makes great memes. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, just jack my style, but it's cool. It's cool.
Do you have anything to say for yourself, Stedman?
And he's speechless, folks. You heard
Exactly. You heard it here first. Yeah. No, other than that, you guys have been great. I don't have anything I really want to rant about. I think.
How do you think the direction the show has been going the few episodes that you were gone?
I think the two cops and Dan episode was pretty good.
Yeah.
Some solid punchlines in there. AJ, love AJ very much.
Yep. And the thing with AJ though
There it
is
is.
we'll pretend like we start recording the episode and then like give him like 20 minutes of dialogue until he
Right,
starts
yeah.
getting hammered.
You think he drones on the actual show? Yeah.
And so he gets hammered, and then that's where like, all right, start.
Yeah, exactly.
And then now that he's hammered and charming,
That's right. Yeah.
we pick up the dialogue.
Well, be that as it may.
He drinks a whole bottle of fucking whiskey each
Yeah.
show. Not like a giant bottle, but like
No.
yeah,
But
respectable
more
one.
than somebody should do at one sitting, I feel, while trying to speak into a microphone.
No, but it's great though because he gets so hyped and
Yeah, he does. He does.
And the cool thing is that like he and I will call bullshit on each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more so me on him.
Right. Yeah. Well, he likes to embellish a lot, but then again, so do all podcasters. I'm
Yeah.
so tired.
So tired. No, but it's great because we're definitely gonna have him more on the show, and
Yeah,
as we
for
move
sure.
forward, we're moving
sure.
locations,
Mm-hmm.
get more recording equipment.
Yep. There's
maybe-
bigger stuff to come for sure. Yeah.
We're definitely moving forward. We're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
What else you got?
Oh man. Again, he did brief me and literally asked me, "Hey, could you contribute?" And I was like, "Eh."
Like my back hurts from carrying this show.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Could you at least take the A barrel?
Literally, while I was talking about people sending me shitty memes, look at the one I just got.
Oh, from GI Jobs.
Exactly. Can we speak about the GI Jobs thing real quick?
One thing I would like to show
Yeah.
is we got recognized by GI Jobs as being one of the top 5 military podcasts.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice honor. Yes, we
And
appreciate
so
you.
we're very thrilled about that
Yes.
because we have just started
Yeah,
the #1 podcast on there, Drinking Bros. We were actually a guest on.
we did that show. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's been a few others that we've either been in contact with
Mhm.
or we have plans in the future. We got something with the 21 Gun Salute
21
podcast.
Salute, something like that?
Yeah, 21 Salute.
21 Gun Podcast.
Yeah, 21 Gun podcast coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The episode I did with the VA should be posted here in about a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got big things coming up.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm excited.
They didn't tag me in my meme though.
Who didn't?
GI Jobs.
Oh, they. Damn it, GI Jobs.
Damn it, GI Jobs.
You had one GI job.
He had one GI Job. I mean, hey, it worked out, you know. Like, just said their name like 8 times.
That's yeah. I don't know why we keep plugging them, but yeah.
Oh, because they honored us.
It was a nice honor, but I will say this is the views and expressions solely of Mike Cincy, not the Smoke It podcast of DoD. But I will say they totally miffed the writing. They named the show wrong. They sent the wrong link.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I'm saying it because it's true. They meant to honor us. They just kind of, the research was not super well done. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
they linked it to like some NASCAR podcast
Exactly.
with the link that they put on there. They got the name wrong.
Which
They put Pop Smoke Podcast instead
Yeah.
of the Smoke Pit.
yeah,
And then like we were the only one who didn't have like a picture.
yeah. That's
And like
right.
the thing was is that like I I contacted them because I do journalism, and sometimes people you'd be like, hey, just it was actually 12 hookers dead, not 10. I'm like, oh shit, like let me correct that.
Oh, word, yeah,
Yeah, word. Like I got you got to be honest in all you do,
it's true.
especially when you have like the trust of the public.
There you go.
And so I tried to contact them. Nobody ever got back to me.
Okay.
I submitted the contact form because I want to be like, hey guys, like we really appreciate it.
It was very nice.
Can we get
yes.
the name right?
Yeah,
maybe the
that's-
right link.
Right.
Like maybe here's a picture. But it was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's the point that we were trying to get at, is that we get so successful that people can get things wrong about us.
That's right, and we won't even notice
We won't even know.
because I'm sitting on a pile of money and candy, whatever I desire. I don't even know what I
I'm
want.
thinking maybe like Zoloft.
Oh god, that'd be great.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? Have like Scrooge McDuck sized vault
You just dive in.
of Zoloft.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
could just like wait, Zoloft is the antidepressant, right?
Which one? Yeah, right. Yes.
Okay,
EP
that's not for like shingles or anything worse.
or erectile dysfunction.
Zoloft and Viagra.
Yeah. Hey, sponsor the show. We'll find out for ourselves.
Just mouth open, diving right into it.
That's right.
Yeah, we did an episode with our recurring guest Lindsay and a guest, and I kind of felt bad because the audio wasn't quite what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some issue with the recording. It wasn't EP Mike's fault, for once.
Well, still in the court's decision.
Yeah, trying it in the court of Zimbabwe. It's actually the cheapest court that we could afford. Apparently for one
They actually
schmeckel.
paid us. Yeah. It's very nice of them.
They're just happy to be here.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, people think that's where Wakanda is.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close. Yeah.
So like, no, we're a real country.
It's a stone's throw. Yeah.
Like white people are like Googling like how to go to Wakanda. That's the thing.
I'm well aware.
Like my travel agent is like, I've had 2 people ask me how to get to Wakanda.
Oh. That's just so sad. This is why I hate white people.
And so we're trying to do our best to edit that out, and so we're gonna kind of keep that one in the pipe, so that way if co-host Mike shows up inebriated, we can just put the mic in front of him for like 10 minutes,
As
and
I'm
he'll
one
think
to do.
he'll
Yeah.
recorded the
I'll
episode,
just chew on it.
and be like, yeah, man, we were doing a bit. You were gonna pretend to be Lindsay that episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, it totally makes sense. Like all fucked up.
Cream pie.
Yeah, cream pie.
And the girl's like, hey. Like, really, dude? You couldn't put a towel down first? Like, I know
Exactly.
my couch is leather, but
It is what it is. I was born this way. So, also, my friend, I just want to say, I told you, I'm just going to put his business out there just because I love him. He doesn't care. So, the friend who walked 1 million miles to see me the other night.
Yeah.
So, he brought a girl home from the bar, right?
yeah.
Which is great. Good looking dude, Marine. Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm all about it. But I was.
You working with some ass, yeah.
You
bad,
bet,
yeah.
And brought a girl home, kudos. But I had gone to bed early that night because they wanted to go out, and I was playing host, and I was just exhausted. I just got back to the United States. I just wanted to sleep a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you just won a cornhole contest.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was spent for the weekend.
Yeah, like playing like 10 games of cornhole in a row is
Yeah.
kind of fucking physically exhausting.
It can be taxing for
Yeah,
sure.
especially if you're good at it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot more focus than I'm used to. So,
And like you were saying, it's like it's not that we're great at anything. We're just not
I'm
bad.
just not bad at anything. I forgot I said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Remember that the next time
Yeah.
I told you that you said something or that something happened. You're
But
like, no, dude.
you okay? I'm gonna finish the story and then we'll fight. So he brings a girl home, and which is great again, but she has her, her kind of. I don't want to say duff because that's mean. You know what I'm saying? The friend of lesser physical appeal, her handler, I guess. I don't know. And so they both come back to my apartment,
They're
right?
a little breezy.
And right, yeah. So her pimp, I don't fucking know. And so I hear voices in my apartment. I'm like, okay, the boys are back. They brought girls. I'm like, good on them.
Yeah.
But then it's like one of them bursts my door open. It's like, hey, come play Cards Against Humanity. I'm like, no, just either you guys fit close or don't. Just like keep my door closed. And so I had one buddy in the guest room, but he passed out, and my my one rule for my apartment is no sex on the couch. That's for everybody. Anybody. I told my own mother this, like no sex on the couch because that's where I nap. And
to my knowledge, I don't even think you've ever had sex.
I've never had
couch.
sex on that couch, no, ever. And
man, and I have tried too.
Exactly. You're never gonna get me. And so
toe goes up the thigh.
That's
and you're like, Stranger Things is on.
Yeah. Either watch this documentary or don't. And so he he was sleeping on the couch, so he's like, well, he respect my wishes. So he takes her, and I hear him go into my bathroom, not even the guest bathroom. And so I hear him messing around. I'm like, okay, my boy's getting in the bathroom, whatever. But it's super loud, and like my boy's just having super loud sex in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, cool. But then it like stops, and I was like, okay, quickie, respect. But then I hear the shower turn on. I'm like, okay. And then so now it's just the shower, and then just more loud sex. And so he, in his infinite wisdom, he's like, if I turn on the shower, no one can hear us, fucking standing ovation. And so fucking now
running
it's just
in flip-flops.
Now it's just he's wasting water and having sex on my bathroom floor. So that was my night. I just want to say that he thinks he could cover up the sound of loud sex with just gently running water. But that was it. Yeah.
I had brought a girl home. This was years ago.
Yeah.
And I was living with my roommate was female at the time. She's a law student. She was absolutely great. And so I brought a girl over. It's pretty late, and she was a single mom, which is kind of rare for me. But she was really attractive and really, really nice to me, which is. I honestly say that like just being nice to somebody is like can get you way further.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, because like even if somebody is like maybe not necessarily your type, if they're just like nice to you, it's a lot easier to like be there or for them to be on your mind.
Nice people are everybody's type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she was very attractive. She was like the prom queen back home,
Oh, damn.
And so like I can see why her boyfriend didn't pull out.
That's right. Back in Sharp My Pants, Ohio.
Voss, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about an hour away from Fayetteville.
Check. Okay.
Yeah, so small town, North Carolina, and so her kid is in my bed, and we're out watching TV in the living room, and fucked on the couch.
God, there's no rules. God.
And then afterwards, she was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna go take a shower," and I'm like, "Yeah, you probably should."
Hey.
Yeah. There are fluids everywhere.
That's right.
And so the next morning, my roommate comes out and she's like, so how'd things go? And she kind of got that like shitty and green on her face,
of course.
And I'm like, like it went well.
Yeah.
It went well. And she's like, oh, I know. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, did we wake you up with the sex? And she's like, no, it wasn't. I didn't hear you guys having sex. But there's only like one reason why you take a shower at like 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, fuck.
Deductive reasoning for the win.
That's why she's a lawyer. That's
right. Yeah. Got me again.
Oh, you with your logic and your reasoning.
It's true.
Yeah. So for you dumbass guys out there that think you can get away with shit, you really can't.
No, all guys are dumb.
Mm-hmm. And all women are queens. If she breathes, she's a thought. Because I kind of feel like the guy who said all women are queens kind of like
is gay.
It boogered his line.
Oh, are you talking about that meme or that video? Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, Google, all women are queens.
Yeah,
if she breathes, she's a thought.
Yeah.
And two large mouth breathers. They look like the kind of guys from my card shop story. The two basement dwellers.
Right. It was those guys.
Basically those guys.
It was those guys.
And one of them comes out and it's got like the Star Wars music and he's like, all women are queens. And he like activates a lightsaber. But he kind of like had like a little bit of a lisp or something.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And he didn't really like deliver the line because he was just struggling to breathe.
It was definitely a one take thing, yeah.
Yeah, he'd walk 4 steps and flip the lightsaber on so he was out of breath.
That's all you're getting, Gil.
And then so Gil comes out.
Yeah, that's right.
And just like with the mastery of like Pacino and De Niro combined at their height. Like I'm talking about Scarface and times Raging Bull.
And Heat.
He comes out and he's like, if she breathes, she's a thought! And activates his lightsaber and they start fighting.
Yeah, no, it's a great meme video if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was still in the age of Vine.
I want to say it was kind of a Vine-esque thing.
It was Vine-esque, but I don't know if it was in the golden age before it got deleted.
I'm sure it was. It's about that time, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
I don't know. What's a time hack?
49 minutes.
49 minutes.
Well, no, never mind.
I figured you would have had so much to talk about because you've had so much time to like.
You would think. One would think.
One would think.
A professional as myself. No, I got nothing. Just want to say I missed you guys and I love you guys, and yeah, that's it.
Yep. And I had to count that in my head.
Yeah.
Math for Marines. I just have 5 words to say to you.
What's that?
You are not the father.
A.
All right, so tune in next week. Tell your friends about us. We really appreciate all the support. It's really why we do it. It's for you guys. We're so thankful for all the messages we get.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're one of those people who said that you were only going to listen when Sensi was on, correct yourself.
I love it.
Because we talk about him when he's not here.
That's true, yeah.
All
Don't
right.
you get enough of me? There's enough fake profiles out there of me.
That is so funny because like you have like 50 fake profiles and I
Yeah.
have none.
Well, yeah.
I'm not good looking enough a guy for people to be like catfish.
See you next week.
I think that's really what it is that people look at me and they're like,
that's not what it is.
they know they can't match the
Oh my
wit
God.
and the meme skills.
Yeah,
and-
okay, yes, agreed. Yeah,
And also, like, have you ever seen a sad puppy in the rain?
sure.
I feel like that's like a big part of my game.
A sad puppy in the rain.
Yeah, gross.
Who's
TV.
who's leaving a puppy out in the rain?
Fucking who are exes?
Monsters,
Yeah.
all of you, all of
And so
you.
they see how sad and depressed I am, and they're like, "Oh, I just want to fix you." But then, as with most things, when they get tired of playing with you, they throw you out the window,
Right into the rain.
right into the rain, just in time for the next one.
Don't worry.
Hey.
I'll take this puppy home.
All right, for real though. Bye.